general recording. Okay, to
Vape, beer, fucking cracks that beer, doesn't hesitate. Just straight in there, boss. Takes a
Great.
swig. So
Yep.
it's amazing how well AVAKIT now works. But
Preamble.
like with
Yep.
these new, where I'm like, where I put it like on the other monitor, so it's lower resolution than on the 4K.
Yep.
And then I make it full, like it's got to be full screen. And then I
Gonna
hide
go
it.
out.
Then I like make it go away. So it's rendering off screen. And as soon as it's rendering off screen, wow.
Works like a charm.
On screen, it's completely janked. I don't use it anymore.
Let the cat out. Who let the cat out? I did. Who let the cats out? So I got my vape juice renewed. Still selling it at the Super Vape down the Gold Coast. So got it with
Yeah, you'll
my
need to be medicinal.
extra nicotinous.
Now you walk into any doctor, they'll give you a script for it. You just go into any chemist and just get it.
We don't mind you taking drugs as long as you take our drugs.
That's right.
Don't have a problem with it as long as it. All right. Set it up. Broadcast. Entertainment. Not make kids. Cheap. Talks cheap. Dear. Talk is cheapest still. No cost at all except sanity. Cyber. Right, I'm going to put up the mute us and put up the special effect. True.
Yep.
Dunk.
I was just refreshing my. Should switch to mobile only.
Us. That is very good. Like I was quietly impressed about the whole scenario, so it's excellent. And we are live on the Real Talk
You
is
are.
Cheap
I'm
show.
watching.
Yeah, that's it. We are absolutely live on the Real Talk is Cheap. 30-second delay, of course, through YouTube, but
Oh, look. There's
otherwise,
numbers. There's cheap numbers appearing on the screen.
It's got the whole countdown and everything. Putting a little bit of effort into the
Yeah.
intro and the outro for the show.
Let me just kill the audio. Oh no, that's making it louder, Si. You idiot.
Making it way louder. Be able to hear ourselves talking in the background.
Wow. Tonight for me is brought to you by Moonrise
Mm.
and Han Superdry.
Oh. Getting all excited just thinking about it.
I think that's enough food. Let me just
Smear some more rancid Budweiser on my beard right now.
I'm off the screen.
It's because you're sort of angled across a bit. I can sort of help you. I can assist your character to be more centered. There we go. But you're favoring your left side of the screen, or your right, stage right.
Well, I tend to do that.
I.e. the left side of the screen.
It's hard for me to actually move the other direction in my room. I sort of run into a wall. Dog, you seem like you're distressed.
Wants food.
What's up?
Wants food.
Oh, you're home. Oh, you're
hungry animal never gets fed. Always begging. Always begging for.
All right.
Begging for table scraps as they normally do. All right, tags are in. It's good. Got to pop a link to you. So.
Hey, Marlo. I've given you some pats. Yeah, you've had like. I've demonstrated that you're not ignored.
Mm-hmm. Attention has been given. Be gone with thee.
There. Oh. There. Oh. There. Yes. Oh, that's it. There you go. What now, eh? You get think it's all a bit sketchy when there's not many people home, don't you? You get real nervous.
Get worried. Lack of humans.
Just the worries.
Lack of humans
Has
creates
to like
worry.
Shit own self. Can't quite fathom having to deal with own things. Whoops. Now you're underfoot. Dog underfoot.
Not good.
Causes trouble.
Not good. Dog underfoot.
Yeah. It'll be injured dog underfoot. And then like dog will be like then put out.
Crying,
you know,
crying dog.
crying sad, like it's like, oh, why'd you hurt me? You're like, no, it wasn't me. It's not on me. You dogged it up, dog.
The dogginess. So we had a comment on the last
Oh,
stream.
what? What from? Not from us,
Not from
and
us.
not from like some dodgy what's that one that does all of the anyway, they just buy you likes and shit.
Yeah. No, there was no bought likes. But the comment was
What was the comment?
him, PIM from Smiling Friends, lol.
Oh. Oh.
Ponpon 27p.
Lol.
It's the username. Yeah. Lollings.
Well,
We
that's
like
that's something.
lollings. We like lollings.
That's
Definitely.
that's something.
Definitely
Isn't
like
it?
lollings. Very
Oh,
special to us. The lollings.
so yeah, I've gone full vape mode. I've gone liquid vape.
Yes.
THC. So
Incredible.
it's 80% proof.
Mm.
If you consider it like a tincture, then it would be at like 80%. You know,
Nice.
like content THC.
Max Smash. Max Hulk Burger Smash.
So it's that oil, and then there's just a bit of carrier oil to help,
Mm.
I suppose.
Help with the vaporizing technique.
Whatever it does, I don't know. I'm sure they've thought that through. And some probably not vitamin E, for example. But it's different, right? So hang on. So it says maximum of 20 puffs a day.
Ooh. Limitations.
And lasts for 21 days. And then
that sounds like a Pepsi
patriarch of the house.
challenge. When someone says
Well,
only,
yeah, well,
only
that's
20
right.
a day, it's like fucking Pepsi challenge that cunt. We're doubling that.
Oh man, I don't know. You might even green out. So
be greener than the Hulk burger. Yeah.
The patriarch of the house noted that 20 times 21 is 420.
420.
He gets 420 puffs out of it every 3 weeks.
How? Them numbers, we love them numbers, don't we? Numbers.
It's pretty funny. Yeah, I've got to just adjust my light so that my eyes get seen properly and it doesn't look like I'm continually like looking down.
Squint mode.
Like closing my eyes all the time.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Because I'm not. Like this is better blink value. Let's put that down to there, maybe. So first thing was like that. Is it unlike the herb vape, which takes time to warm up? This is like instant. Like you just pick that thing up, boom,
and then just bang.
And then the
bang
time
stick.
between
The true bang
let's
stick.
say you inhaled for 2 seconds,
and
then you drew that into your lungs, and you put it down, and then you held that in your lungs like you might, and then you exhale that. A bit of like something comes out, and then you're stoned. Like then you are
the level
your
of
anxiety or
banging
your
down
thing is.
the however many bilges you normally do, but it's all done in one.
If you inhaled this as much as you did if a person inhaled from this as much as they did from a billy, bilged that up, like
instant green out.
Like maybe it's like 5 seconds. Oh, you'd
just be greening straight up, wouldn't you?
And it's fast, like it's fast.
You'd be greener than the juice coming out of this green burger.
That's right. That's right. It's like, it's not like, oh, wait 10 minutes and see what it does. It's like, oh no, that's what it does. And then it's like you're there.
And
then you're
that
there.
Special place of calmness.
And then sometime later you're not there. Like it just goes away.
Okay.
And I mean, it's only been like, this is my second, well, really my first day, because I only did a little bit last night.
Sampling.
But just understand, and yeah, I think you just do heaps less of something. It's just heaps less because it's heaps more.
Yeah, sure.
So you do heaps
Where
less
where
because it's
where
heaps
less
more.
is more.
Less is actually more.
Less actually becomes more. That's right.
If I inhaled as much as I did, like on a stream, like say
Mm.
when I was using the PAX 3, like for
Yeah.
example, last week, the amount of times I'd inhale from that, and I'd actually rolled that the remnants of that PAX 3, and I only smoked like one little piece of it or whatever. Like my allotments was, you
Mm.
know, for
The daily allowance.
the daily allowance is that was over that or equal to what I would do, say did that. And I also then roll it up into 2 joints through the night.
Yeah.
So I've actually smoked stuff, and so this will be no smoke.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Smoke less.
No smoke, smokeless.
Smoke no.
No smoke, no fucking no smoke, man. And it's wonderful. Like oh wow. It's my body was, and my body reacted too. My body like had like a response, which was around like my lungs going, well, oh, okay, so we can now sort our things out where we're a bit sore. You know, you're like, oh, yep, sorry. So they're going to become
Giving
less
the
sore. And
peace.
today though,
Peaceables.
I inhaled vast quantity, like at this workshop, and there was just too much nicotine. I'm sorry, people. Like, the game's changed. If you're smoking something like that, you just go around the corner. So, or you go where the wind's not. Like, please don't just stand there blowing smoke. Like, it's just
In
fucked
someone's
up.
face. Yeah. And
Well, you
then
don't.
don't blow it in their face and then say, oh,
You
here we
know,
go. You can have this.
the
That's just
Coel and uh, the Cameron. Remember, here we come around gaming with us, and then one day we didn't game, and because we were all chain smoking all the time, and you're sitting under the house, we're all in the gamer place. And so he was home, and then he went into like a nicotine withdrawal. He'd got into like his weekly need, you know. And that's the tedious thing. Like you inhale nicotine like just secondhand, and you actually go through, you know, withdrawals as a result, because that's enough to activate your system. It's fucked up. So we're
that
gonna go
is the
through like
way
a
it is,
mild
though.
withdrawal for the next 3 days. I know. That's just
Sad but true.
crazy. Yeah. And I think that's an interesting thing about it too, like that whole sort of that had this whole acceptability to just do that like in a group of people, and they're all just getting like whether they smoked or not. It's like, yeah, oh, here's, you have some you're having Peter Jackson whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Enjoy your passive smoking.
yeah, well, passive addiction. Like calling it passive smoking is sort of like disengages with part of what really is going on, which is that you're inhaling nicotine.
Yeah. Passively addicting others. Lung
You have
rape.
to go so far as to say that's
Is
not
that like
passive at
the
that point, is it? Yeah,
lung
it's a
rape?
rape.
Yeah.
It's a rape. It's rape. Fucking jeez.
Probably get banned for this. Can't say those certain words. There's keywords that YouTube just do not like.
Oh.
But
Well, I
hopefully
mean,
we're insignificant enough where we can get away with it. That's the
well,
beauty of being,
if you
being
just
such
take
a
the
small
word,
channel and not having many listeners.
how
Less inclined to be,
well, we're saying it's
pork barreled.
unacceptable and it's a sexual assault. Basically, we're saying that behavior is a form of sexual assault, and that's a form of rape. But we're not saying anything weird. That actually happened in the car for me the other day. The mother of the younglings asked a question about Uber Eats. I was like, well, yeah, like I said, well, you wouldn't get treated like a rapist because you don't have a dick.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah.
And then she's like, you can't say that. I'm like, say what? Well, I'm just saying what it is.
True.
And she's like, well, but you know,
Everyone's
like
worried
the
because you've
kids are
got a penis.
the kids are in the car. The kids are in the car. And I was just like,
Yeah, one of them's got a
so we can't say
penis.
that. I'm like,
One of them's got a penis. He's got to know about it.
I said, well, okay. He can't use that. I can't use that word. No. Okay. I said, well, you're not going to sexually assault people because you don't have a penis.
Let's use the clinical term.
I'm like, well, what do you want me
Use
to
the
say?
clinical term on it.
What
That's
do you
it.
want me to say? I've got to say, we're talking about that, so that's what it is.
Assaulted with a friendly
This is
weapon.
the person. You're talking to the guy who, took his younglings into the supermarket and would like, not say beef but cow. Everything was like the actual thing: pig, chicken, and then would name things up to.
Yeah,
then I
not
started naming
steak or
things
whatever.
like
Steak is like such an
no,
illusion.
Cow.
Here's a piece of cow. A nice tender piece of cow.
And I would name the animals. Shall we eat some Francis tonight? You know what I mean? Francis the chicken.
Carmela the cow.
Totally.
Personalizes it. It makes it more friendly,
Yeah.
It's like when you're a cannibal, right? And it's nice to know the name of the meat you're eating.
It's much more empowering.
Much more empowering when you know the name of the meat.
You actually eat the soul.
Rather than long pig, but if you can use its name while you're eating it, it's far more tastier.
His name was John Pork. His name was John Pork. Your leg, John Pork, is exceptional. Let me feast upon it some
Dragon
more.
tail soup.
I'd like to sear it with the cheese generated from the.
That was the one amusing thing about the Kobayashi dragon maid was she was always trying to she was chopping off her tail. The dragon was always chopping off bits of her tail and trying to feed it to her, like little tail steaks and stuff. Tail roast.
Did she get her to eat any of her?
I don't know. I think secretly she might have, but she always knew. Kobayashi always knew that there was a tail going on.
There was the foot. There was a
tail. Looking at it and going, "Hang on, that looks incredibly suspiciously like a tail." Then the dragon would get all up embarrassed and why don't you want to eat me? It grows back.
It's to eat me.
It's a never-ending source of meat. It always grows back.
I'm just the meat. Eat me, I am the meat. Oh dear. Well, that's a keeper. That's fantastic. So what were we talking about? So where are we up to?
We're talking about the forced snuggle struggles of one's nostrils. Unacceptable behavior. Struggling nostrils.
It's a lemon grab moment. There's things like that, I think, which is things that just express how you feel.
I think it's fine to have your little thing, but if others don't like the thing, then you take the thing and move elsewhere with it. You find a more secluded and less bombardment.
Well, not even just I don't know, whatever.
Struggling people's nostrils with it.
Yeah.
They might like the THC component, but they don't like the nicotine side of it.
Maybe they don't want any. If someone said to me in the rare moment where they would have the opportunity, don't do that here, please. Could you I think I would have an idea that they wouldn't
participate with that particular thing elsewhere.
Yeah, well, I think
more appropriately in the smoking zone because that's where you're supposed to be with it.
But, I know. I'd already know that was going to be said to me. I don't think unless it was a surprise. Like I was at a party where it was acceptable, but just the person next to me had, for example, an oxygen intake problem.
And you were choosing to be in that environment. the environment wasn't choosing to be in you. You know what I mean? Like, that's the difference.
But in a hospital, for example, you wouldn't do that. Like, no.
Just walk into the, emergency ward and just start banging down the big stogie. Just blowing smoke
just all over
the poor, kid with the oxygen mask on, pulling the mask up and blowing it into the mask, and then
just
putting it back
into
on.
The mask.
That's it. Putting it back on his face.
Stroking
the hair as he's like
coughing
it down, coughing it down. That's it. Plumes of tetrahydrocannabinol.
just
See, that in that circumstance, it would be completely unacceptable. The child's having difficulty breathing anyway, so why would you be adding extra particulates?
Yeah, you'd sort of aim for a cleaner form. You might give him like a digestible, for example.
Handing out gummies to all the kids. Little gummies. 1,000 milligram gummies to the children.
In the hospital, that's right.
Here you go. Here's your 1,000 milligram gummy. All of the lights. Pretty soon you're going to see all of the lights.
Yeah, no, you don't want that.
No,
that would be that's that kind of thing would get you really in trouble.
How? Just say you were doing a voluntary euthanasia. Dr. Death. In the nicest possible way. They got to see all of the lights.
Yeah, you asked for example, would you like a sweet thing that makes the pain go away? And they were like, yes.
Yes.
So I gave them a gummy bear.
Gave them the 1,000 milligram gummy bear.
They requested it.
All you could do was just try and relieve their pain.
Was just well, you didn't tell them it was permanent. Well, it's relieved. Demure, just looking demure. Oh, it is relieved.
All things in this life are permanent unless they're not. And then they're not permanent.
Well, that's everything, because change, constant, and the only constant is change. So this is the Buddhist koan, right? So that's the two things. The only constant is change, and then what was the others? What was the other part, half of it?
The only change in the constant in the universe is change.
No. You had the other one you just said before. That you led this in with, like the. So.
Oh.
Yeah, what was that?
Something.
What'd you say?
Oh, I say a lot of things. I've probably got to get in trouble for them. That's just the way.
So it was a mystical thing, like
mystical
it just came
cookie crumbling kind of thing,
You were just getting
spur of the moment
information.
Spur of the moment activities.
You know what I reckon? I think that sometimes, like where the placement of the light is actually blinds me so intensely that I then end up closing my eye to sort of not be blinded. I'm just going to put that up a bit, see how that goes.
Sorry. In the background, I'm on X at the moment, and there's this dude. There's this dude who brought a fucking bear in, and then it just starts attacking the people on the show. It's muzzled. No. It's muzzled, but it's obviously fucking the
it's still got big fucking paws.
That's it, man. It's just fucking that poor woman up. Man, how do I get that in my feed? Like, I get it all the time. Just crazy shit. It's good. When you don't have many friends on Facebook and X and things like that, it tends to give you this. We've discussed it many times.
Yeah, the distortion.
That gives you the distortion. That's it. You get to appreciate the the out of the ordinary content. So yes, week and a bit without a fridge. I figured out a special technique. You know the freezer bags or the coal bags you have for Coles and Woolworths, right?
Yeah.
If you put your milk in that and then put it in the freezer, it won't completely freeze, like straight away. Takes time, so it acts like a mini fridge inside the freezer.
Oh, so it insulates.
Insulates against total freezing.
It does its job in the opposite direction.
That's it. Keeps the warm in.
That's clever.
I told the youngling that I was doing an experiment not to pull the bag out. But it seems to have worked. Helpful, handy tips if you lose your refrigerator.
It's quite the situation, my friend. You're
We're a fridge-free family. Fridge-free family. That's it. Living on the day-to-day purchasings. Only getting what is absolutely required. But yeah, I will get onto another fridge when I can.
Yeah.
But spiriting away a little bit of cash now to
I think just
save
buying
up
the new
for
logic board, man. What do you reckon the logic board will cost? I reckon $100. I reckon it's going to cost you $100 to fix your fridge.
Yep. So I'll get someone to look at it and give me the yay or nay whether it's repairable and within the constraints of the cost factors, and if it is, then good. If it isn't, then whatever.
But can't you just get the parts manual and just get the part?
Do it myself.
Yeah.
But would I be? Obviously, I'd be voiding the warranty and doing that.
Oh, is it in warranty?
I think it still is. So I'm going to check that.
Oh, geez, get onto that
get
straight
it,
away.
Get it,
fucking,
yeah.
Geez,
get it sorted.
Mate.
Get it sorted.
Don't even.
Insta.
Because it's probably actually failing at the time of the end of the warranty.
Pretty much.
So
that's
programmed
obsolescence, as we were discussing.
That's it.
The boy and I
3 years
discussing the whole programmed obsolescence in technologies.
Does he believe it?
Of course he does. He's like, yeah, I get it. I said, well, it's based on profit. There's no profit in having a fridge that lasts for 50 years. There's a profit in having a fridge that lasts 5 years. And, once your warranty's blowing through, then new fridge time, that's profit. But, making a Kelvinator fridge that can, live for 50 years, that there's no profit in that. You know what I mean? Like zero profit. And that's what business runs.
What about that? What about a company? Well, we've talked about these before.
Yeah, well, you'd never buy again. The company called Never Buy Again. You buy it once and then that's it.
Yeah, buy it once.
The only time it might be a failure is if you've gone over the recommended running specs.
Yeah, exactly. If you've used it outside specification, then that's a different story.
Yeah.
But otherwise, we recommend that you, in your will, that you advise your,
children
people who you bequeath it to have it serviced.
Heirloom items. Yeah, heirloom white goods. Right? White goods that last.
With a good service.
Go from generation to generation.
That's it.
Like grandma's ring.
Yeah, grandma's ring. The wealth of the family.
That's it.
People don't grasp this stuff. Hey, they just throw it away. It's fucking crazy.
Yep. That's where we need to embrace the recycling. I think that's where we're failing as a society, is that we're not recycling enough. Just gets either gets landfilled or
But what do you mean, man? I mean, like, because there's a whole lot of energy gets put into like having just a stinking mess in everyone's kitchen, which is fine because it is a stinking mess. Just makes you realize that it is. And then these things come along and allege to take it away and put it places. I mean, the cost of it moving to where it's going to be. Anyway, it's just insane.
And then the cost on the land that it's dumped into.
So I'd say that if I had a role in an LGA, this is what I would do in the waste stream. I would see that waste coming, right, as a mining opportunity.
Yeah.
Like basically that.
Absolutely so.
Run
the company like a mining company.
Refined materials were being shipped to me for free. And then what you want to do is you look at each thing. You go, okay, aluminium, steel, whatever, glass, and you see the amount because you've got the data, right? Yeah. You've got the tip. You've literally got the data.
Yeah.
You weigh this stuff, right? So you can weigh the stuff and go, well, this is how much you collect a year or a quarter or whatever.
Yeah.
And because there'd be certain kind of cycles, which we'll get into, and then you just map that. You go out to the sector and you say into the business sector and you go, who has need for this as a raw material like sheets or something? Maybe like sign writers are like, I'd be really handy to have like aluminium sheets to 2 meter by 1 meter. And you're like, and we want X tons of that. And you're like, great, we can make that for you. We'll just pump it out for you at like 10 sheets a week. And then instead of trying to like make something which is processing like millions of cans and all this crap, what if you just made a device that could make 10 sheets a week, like slow way,
Yep.
Instead of like 10 sheets a second.
Yeah. But you're still getting
10 sheets a week.
Yeah.
And because that's all the material you have, and that's all the market wants. They don't want 200. So you just be able to make a machine that and I think what's interesting is if you could have like basically the design of the process. Yeah. And then what you do is use perhaps some kind of AI modeling, like some augmented modeling to be able to like put into the system, we have 12 ton and it needs to be pieces that do this. It's like ingots or cans or whatever it is, like things. And then it goes, okay, well, based on what my machine knowledge is, for that scale, this is the machine design you should have for that particular instance. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, oh, I'll get 2 of the B100s from Samsung, special recycle fucking machine and, furnaces. It actually designs like a machine, basically. And even to the point where perhaps whole chunks of that system that it designs are then just 3D printed. But effectively, trying to designing technology that processes the waste stream that is presented to you. And so as a council, all that stuff coming in is suddenly just resources. It's literally mined materials landing and tons of it.
Yeah. And there would be like what we throw out every year.
Why would you send that to China for $2 a kilo? Are you fucking insane? Like, it's like you've just had refined materials turned into steel.
Land on your doorstep.
Use them. Do you know that like nails were so valuable because of how hard they were to make?
That they would burn houses down so that they could reclaim the nails. Correct. Now it's a dime a dozen,
No, they're not. They're still as complicated to make. They're even stupider to make, really, in some ways, because you're making billions of the little fuckers. But yeah, kind of like, so just starting to think it's in a way it's kind of 3D printing, but it's not. It's just capturing streams, making machinery that does it. And I think the idea of like having that augmented method, so you have like a known system, like you figure out some systems that do work for different scales, and then the system can interpolate from the different scales and machinery available and that makes sense at different scales, because it could just be a kiln, make a mud brick kiln.
Well, I like the rubbish bricks technology where they basically take all the plastics and squash it down into a brick, like compress it and heat it, and it becomes like a solid brick that they can use as a building material.
There you go.
Hmm.
I wonder how long it's going to take this. Yeah, so that's powerful, I reckon.
We need more of that.
Yeah, just totally inventing that shit. It's go. There we go. We'll package that into a segment. Ship it. That'll be a good one.
Ship it.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do? Like, the different streams can you capture? Like to turn things into things, like recycling, but at the purest like.
Well, I'm like regaled my past and the whole living close to the sewage treatment works and the piles of poo, the what would you call it? The fibrous material left over after all the processing went on. They would pile it into these little mountains, and even after the process was finished, things like pumpkin seeds, tomato seeds, all those would sprout and then just grow on top of these bloody mountains of bloody fiber, human fiber, leftover
That's
human
amazing.
fiber. Yeah.
Wow, I could just like make fields of that shit. Just making food.
Well, in the old days, we ate a lot more vegetables. Vegetables and things like that. Fruits and vegetables were consumed quite regular, rather than meat was the treat. Now it seems like it's just flipped on its head, whereas meat seems to be the main component of the meal, and then the salad and
it's
whatever
actually
less.
so,
so
and this is
really
why?
We couldn't make those same little fibrous stacks as we used to, because most of the time it comes out, it's not a solid anymore. It's just fucking coming out as liquid.
When was the last time you ate a seed that could have germinated?
Well, I eat them quite often, so it just depends on whether you're pooing outside or not.
Well, sure. But I say a lot of people do not eat things that have seeds anymore. They don't like their poo would not contribute that way.
Whereas back in our day, you eat everything, eat the whole lot, the seeds and all.
That's interesting though, because that's being the planting out basically this fibrous material. It's weaving that into all this food starts popping out everywhere. Now that would take humans a bit of like getting apprehending to deal with the excrement just being in the streets. Surely there's a way that's more practicable. There's we can actually eat intentionally, like so that you do eat the things that, and then they are sort of distributed with the, as part of the waste processing.
Yeah, and it'd be interesting to find out. I should go and find our local the local refuse centre.
Well, it'd be a different way of diverting it, like as opposed to like sending.
Interesting to see if they still make the big mounds out of the fibrous material that they collect, or whether it's mostly just liquefied, liquefied cocaine, speed, and meth these days.
And like microplastics and Teflon.
Yep,
and Teflon babies, like Teflon and baby milk coming out, breast milk, Teflon.
That's it.
Teflon and antidepressants. That's
why they started buying out all the Australian-made baby foods. Why there was a run on it at one stage, because
they were cleaner.
It was a far better process, less Teflon in it.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting, like, because you'd probably You probably want to like that'll start coming up as a thing, like people actually sort of demonstrating their water quality and Teflon particles per million, and making sure it's like how far it is under the necessary scale, like
Yeah.
purity,
Micrograms.
Pure products. We guarantee only perfect DNA specimens
we're free
into
of
your
plastics,
body.
microplastics, and
Be safe in the knowledge of how our food will interact with your genome. No nasty surprises.
less mutations.
Yeah, at Purity.
Would you like less mutations with your food?
Just it. Guarantee the survival of your genome.
Heirloom seeds now available. Unhappy that they've mixed plant and animal together to create GMOs? Are you a vegetarian and worried about eating animals when you eat rice?
Guaranteed 35% reduction in cancer. Purity.
35% guaranteed cancer reduction in cancer.
Yeah, just
I
chance.
like that.
Like chance. That's
hey,
it.
Hey man, you
like,
just throw numbers at it, whether or not it's true.
Chance.
It's like the whole premise of the beauty products. This has elastin in it, which helps your skin snap back to its original young state. Smearing these vitamized embryos give you that elastic skin like you had when you were 18.
You'd need to sort of convince your body to keep producing it, wouldn't you? Not smear it over it. Instead of sort of
that's it. Ingest it, and then
if anything, that would like tell it to
reimmortalizing
stop
it into
making
yourself.
it, it would be covered in it. It's like I don't need to make that anymore. I'm coated in it.
It's pretty soon we'll be doing ads for that. What do they call it? Bio Plus or whatever it is. There's half a dozen YouTubers that all sell the same thing, the bioelastin or something, whatever it is called. But yeah, it's just like this drink that you have, and it's supposed to give you back the elasticity to your skin again when you drink the certain concoction. Something going on in the background.
Someone at the house has had glandular fever.
Oh, damn. House of Disease. Welcome to the House of Disease.
Telling me.
It's like, when you've got a moisture problem in your house and tell the landlord, and the landlord's just not listening. So you put some shiitake mushroom seeds on it, sprinkle some shiitake mushroom spores all over the moisture, and then let them grow mushrooms, and then take the photos and send them to the real estate agent. The moisture problem's gotten so bad we're actually growing our own mushrooms now. Special ways to get around getting your house repaired. At least it's been a lot cooler the last couple of days. We've had a bit of rain and temps dropped by about 10 degrees across the board.
How do you? Oh, so the outdoor temperature, you mean?
Yeah, outdoor temperature's been about 10 degrees less than what it normally would be.
Yeah, I mean, it's been cool here. It's a bit raining, in fact.
That's it.
On and off.
Spits.
Today, I basically did the same task for, let's say, 8 hours. 8.5 hours.
Wow.
Straight. Like maybe
That's
longer.
it.
I just made this pattern. So I grabbed a piece of hoops and like steel hoops, say, not no wires, with like fabric, to make like sort of like a frame.
Yep.
And then to that frame, on the up side and the down, both sides of the fabric, was attached LED strips and strip lighting. And then so one piece of it was woven along the structure and made it more structural.
Yep.
And pointed lights in particular directions intentionally. So like you had to position the light, the light.
So it hit the fabric in a certain way, or
yeah. So you didn't just like, you had to be mindful of where you were strapping things to. And then you had to test that, color it, and so forth. And then so there was like a real sequence to the process, And so it was just like, you got the thing, put it to there, did this, and you had these 4 clamps, and you're like clamping it to hold it in place, and then tying it using zip ties, and they're kind of loose and sort of in a particular fat, and they sit on particular pieces of the LED strip so they don't damage it. And then doing this loop, and then like moving all the things and doing it again. This whole process, doing it once, twice, 3 times, back and forth.
and then
So it's
testing
3
it, obviously.
yeah, and then like this pattern, and then the other side, and it's like, and then the amount of them was a lot. There's just a lot. Like I when I left, there was still like another, I don't know, 9 to do, maybe 8 or 9. I'm not sure. I'm not sure
What
how
was the
many I
grand
did.
total of the items?
A lot. I don't know.
1,000?
Oh no! Oh, yeah,
Wouldn't
good
be
question. Okay,
1,000?
right. So let me think.
Several
Okay.
hundred?
Okay. I say, maybe like, 9 by, okay, yellow, orange, red.
Obviously decorations for something.
Green, no, purple. So yellow, orange, red, purple, blue, green. So 6 colors. I'd say each one has 3. No, it had 6 colors. 6 colors. And there's more. There's 6. 6 colors and 6 each. It's 40. 36. So maybe there is. Yeah, maybe there's like 40 other things. Maybe there's more than 3. I know it's 3 across, and so it makes sense that it's 3 deep. Like I don't think it's 4 deep. That doesn't make sense. And it was
So
more
like
than
an
6.
array of 9.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like 9 of, there you go, like 9 of each color. I think that's about right. Like the amount, maybe it was 6 of each color, maybe. But it was, but each shoulder, it was time consuming. Like each side, I don't even know. Maybe it took you 30 minutes.
To
Like
complete
I was super
complete
efficient.
one unit.
There were there were 3 sets of us that were just like super machines, like just smashed it out. It was like, this other taller dude, and this other 2 dudes, they did it together, and so they did more units than say I was achieving. But like I don't know, like if per I think individually, like I was smashing it out probably. Like I was,
Their
I was
workflow
keeping
was
on
only
par,
double
but
because
as
they
a
had
one
2
person.
people doing it.
Yeah, but they weren't twice as fast. Like they were a bit faster than me. Like not a lot faster.
But were they being accurate? That's the question.
No, they were. No. Like there was those 2, this other guy and myself, and we were like, it was just. I even went and like rechecked them all. and did quality assurance, and then just fixed a bunch of errors and stuff and dealt with all of that, you know, and cleaned that all up. And then, yeah, well, the only things left was the blue. There was some green I was doing. I was into green. And I made it so I started on red.
Mm.
I did every color. There you go.
The whole spectrum.
Oh, it was epic. And so you're just doing the same pattern. I just didn't stop. I just did a thing that I do, you know. I talked a little bit.
Mm. You want to have a bit of a chin wag while you're doing your job. Otherwise, it's just
yes and no.
robotish.
I sort of don't. I sort of do. It's fine to have a bit of a chit chat, but not really. It's distracting.
Not if it affects your work. But if you can do your work and not be affected by it, then that's a good thing, right?
I think so. Yeah, it is totally. Well, because you want to get the fuck out because you finish when they're done. So.
And obviously paying for your time.
Yes.
That's the bonus.
Yeah, that's like
when
really
when you get facilitator at the end of it.
Facilitating, yeah. Well, for facilitating. Facilitating. The chain.
Blockchaining.
The blockchain of felicitations.
Blockchain of solicitations.
Yeah, and who propositions who along the chain? Who started this?
That's it.
Silence. The silence started it.
Who added herpes to this mix?
That's not fortunate. That's naughty. Add nothing.
That's right. If you're going to add something, disclose it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the
offer it up.
Dating website. I'm not me personally, but yeah, I saw some.
Well, you might
some
want
pictures.
it.
I saw some profiles
what about
from
this?
a dating website where the girl was very honest. She's like, I have herpes. I'm 22 and I have herpes and 3 kids.
So you contact her, right? You say, hey, I fucking hate my wife. I want to give her herpes as I'm leaving. I'm going to have sex with you or pay
Get the
to give me herpes.
Get the herpes
so I can give it. Could be an industry, a cottage industry. Of like being able to,
it's one of those gifts that just keeps on giving. That's what herpes is.
I mean,
herpes is that gift that every year it gives back, gives again.
That's a very serious one. You could have something a little milder that would annoy and maybe make someone leave you.
Yeah.
Well, like say genital crabs.
Crabs are good because you can wash. You can.
And they're like, you
old turpentine wash straight off.
Sorry. Sorry. I must have get out of my house. Oh yeah, no worries. Bye. Cool. You do that for a cool $500, and all you need to do is keep a little nest going on yourself.
Yep.
And you get maybe $500 a week and have sex. Yeah.
That's it. Bonus money.
Okay.
Disease storage.
The thing is, would you
sell your body for medical science and make a fortune?
Well, I think. See, I was thinking so with the more entrepreneurial.
This person was a real go-getter. They were like Pokemon Trainer Plus. They caught all the HP, all the venereal diseases.
But what if you had, like, say, for example, crabs, right? But instead of having them on yourself, you had them in a special,
a crab box.
Crab box, yeah. And so you can give people.
Isn't that the couch? Like at a place of ill repute, the crab box would be the couch, wouldn't it? The place that everyone shares. Because we remember the incident of the crabs at
Yes,
from the
crab
couch crabs.
That's it, the crab
Yeah.
box. That's the thing.
We didn't know where it came from.
No.
There was a suspicion.
So you have a crab.
There was a suspicion that one of M's, partners might have given it to M, and he might have given it to everybody else. But
Oh well, it was indefinitely, but where that other person got it from, they definitely had it.
Well, let's just say the partner had very loose moral values. So yeah, there was definitely a possibility that was where it would actually came from.
Well, that was
those loose moral values do it every time.
Alleged.
Alleged, of course. Alleged. Couldn't be certain, but the probability was higher for that particular person. May or may not be true, based on fact.
Oh wow!
Only the names and the players have been changed.
I'm just gonna leave the screen for a moment.
I'll put you in disappearing mode. Or you're preoccupied. Just hold the stream here. Hold it in my hands. I'm losing my voice. I'm losing my voice.
I don't know.
Screaming so loud. I'm losing my voice. Hang on. You've returned. Hang on.
I have returned.
You're back.
Yeah, now I'm gonna just duck in and out briefly.
Fenty moment. It's all right.
Yeah,
we get it.
Fent, but I am here.
Fentanelli.
I'm just looking. I
Finale.
don't think.
Fentanelli.
Not sure where what I'm looking for is.
Similarity there.
There it is.
Nat.
Oh, that is such a scene. That is one of those.
I like to keep this little axe in the back of my car, and I keep it razor sharp. It's so sharp that it could circumcise a gnat.
This is bigger.
Gnat? Bug? Some sort of similarity going on there?
Yes, there is.
We do miss the Candyman.
Yeah, great comedian. Great comedian. I've been able to put a butterfly in my hair.
A butterfly in your hair?
I think. Yeah.
Oh.
I just realized it was just long. It's long enough. It's not like it's not. It needs to be twice as long as it is to fit through there or something, or twice as much. Well, another inch or two.
Oh, I've had 5 views so far.
Oh, really? I mean, I guess I am one of the views. Hey.
Yeah. And I'm guess I'm the other current view. I'm watching it all from control center with it on mute.
So I've got like a butterfly, and then once I graduate, and it's long enough, I can then put in a Hello Kitty.
Hello Kitty.
That'd be pretty fun. That'd be pretty crazy. I'd prefer to have
Hello Kitty Pantsuits.
The future.
Yes.
I've been thinking about like the top of my head, right? And one of the things I've been thinking about is a tattoo. Okay, and just so this is a little bit right. So from the top of my head, right in the middle, imagine like you're looking down, and what you're seeing was a tree. And so then there was like this brown sort of network coming out of the top of my head, down the top, yeah, and then like leaves, yeah.
Yep. Here you.
Yep. And then like having my own hair, and my hair being like dark green.
For the tree leaves.
Yep. With this tattoo, and then over time, like as like my hair sort of like fades away, then what's left is the tree, you know. But in the time where the hair, like, you know, the next decades, the hair is still like integrated with the tree. The hair and the tree are one. And so it's like sort of like this artwork that's underneath, that's being revealed slowly over decades. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, it'd be like the Batman chest hair sculpting.
Who's doing?
I've seen photos of getting, you
Where
know,
people get like,
you know, particularly hairy dudes getting the Batman symbol shaved into chest. You know, shave all the other hair away and just leave the Batman hairy chest symbol.
Oh, I see. They might do like the
So
Flash or other things too.
Truly be, you know, I'm Batman.
They take the blue pill.
Or the blue burger.
Yeah, take the blue. They take the blue.
Take the blue burger.
Wow. That's what you do. You take the blue burger. It's quite interesting. The cheese, in fact, I like how the cheese interacts with the blue.
The melty blue sauce coming over the cheese is good.
It's almost has a very facial quality to it at times.
Smiling.
I don't know. I can't really point to it.
Just got to put some googly eyes on there, and then it's Burger King all over.
Maybe here, this bit of meat. This meat is actually like the mouth, yeah, and then like a little bit of cheese underneath it.
Because there's
like
other Bourgers, you know.
There's the lip,
like there's not just those Bourgers. There's other Bourgers.
They'll come along in their own good time. And then up here, right up above it, and the two other cheese slices are like the cheeks. And then there's like this sort of thing, and then it's got eyes. It's got eyes just up here a bit.
Hamburglar.
Yeah, and so it's got that's the face. Yeah, like the face is the.
Got the whole Hamburglar action going on.
I'm trying. Hopefully, my pointing makes some sense. I'm not sure. But,
no, it does. It does.
But
it's much easier to recognize when it actually has the proper motif.
I smacked someone today.
Blue pill or the red pill. Blue burger or the red burger. You smacked someone today. What?
I smacked someone today.
What the fuck?
I did.
What? In a, put it into context for me. Was it just a violent lashing out, or was it like someone said, you know, I think you're looking very sad today. You can hit this. Your sadness has allowed me to, you know, offer this to be hit.
I can't hit because it's sad. That's not right.
It's so much better when there's a willing participant of the slapping. You know what I mean? The slappee.
Well, they invited.
You know, they invited the slappee. They wanted to be the slappee, did they?
They didn't. Maybe they didn't know
needed your
that.
slapper. They need your slapper superiority to make them the slappee.
It did. It was a bit funny. It's not. I didn't even know. It just automatic. Hey, automatic. So
you like got those. You know, the dudes looking from a distance, nodding. You know, giving you the nod. Come on. You know, you just nod. Yeah. Come on.
So I'm like doing this complicated bit of the pattern today. I was required to do.
Yep.
And
so the first slappee came up to you.
Well, I'd done a few of them by the time the slappee had come to me. So once I understood how it was meant to be done, because I questioned it first. So it's like, I was like, no, like this. I just went, yeah, cool. So I went with that. And I rapidly like just made the most optimized way of doing that, you know, because It was a complicated thing to do. Like, multiple loops, involving 6 different zip ties interacting in a pattern. In groups of 2, but it was 3 of them in a row.
Multiple slappings.
Oh, so I'm I'm proceeding, and then they come along. This person comes along and starts like going, "Oh no, what are you doing? What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm just doing the thing, you know."
Thing that we're supposed to be doing. The thing, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just doing the thing we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
No, but they're meant to be all like, I'm like, and they start trying to grab the bits and to try to show me how to do it. To show me how to.
Telling you how to do your job.
Oh, telling me how to do my job, eh?
That's a slapping.
Yeah, so I had to.
That is definitely a slapping.
I got that hand.
Well, see, I always, if someone tells me how to do my job, I offer for them to do it. Like if they feel that they're far more superior at doing what I do, then they should just do it. And if they're just giving advice, then fair enough. They've got to at least initiate the conversation with, I would advise that you try it this way. Because then you're taking the advice, right? But if they're saying you've got to do it this way, then that's when you go, well, then you've got to do it. If that's the way you want it done, then it's better off you doing it, because it's far easier. Far easier if you just do it, and then I don't have to get involved. I don't have to make mistakes, because you always do it, and you do it the right way.
You know what?
Show me how you do it, so that I may know the right way and continue doing it, because I'm just bound to make a mistake, and it's much easier if you do it.
I considered that approach before the smack. I considered doing that one. I thought,
it works very effectively, because either they'll go, yeah, okay, I'll just do it, and they do it, or they go, oh, no, I was just giving you advice, and you're going, okay. So now, out of the 2 people here doing the thing, who's getting paid to do it, and who's just advising people on how to do it? And then they look at you with that look, and then you look back with that look, and then they get it. They acknowledge the whole fact that you've
me being paid to do it was unrelated.
Yeah.
I was a volunteer in that regard. I was not there.
So if it's volunteering, that's different. That's different, because then you can ultimately just go, no. Listen.
Yeah.
You do it way better than I do it. How about you just do it, and I'll go home.
Yeah.
Because that's easier for the both of us. You don't have to involve me and tell me how shit I'm doing the thing.
Yeah.
But you can just do it, because you do it way better.
Obviously.
Yeah, because you keep telling me how good you do it, and how it should be done. So you know all the ins and outs of how to do it.
Yeah.
And then you just get in there and you do it.
Yeah. I'll go do something else. But it was good. No. So the smack was much more effective than having to go through that long, more complicated path.
Yeah, short and sweet, as they call it.
It was short.
Yeah. They accepted the smacky role, and then received well, and then meandered on to annoy others.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, that's a successful slapping, Si.
It was, and then came back in the end of the day, like much later on, and was like, just happy.
Had forgotten the lesson. Did they forget and require another slappy lesson?
Never. Just and if I inquired as to how, and also the speed at which I was taking information.
Yeah.
Like he was showing me the colors to like program the different LEDs, which buttons to press.
Yep.
And so I'd plug in the battery, and then he'd press the button. And then as soon as I saw the color change, I'd unplug it. He's like, hang on. I'm like, what? He's like, well, just the thing. I'm like, yeah, I saw it. They went red and green. Yeah, what do you want? It's like, it's orange. I only needed to see it happen.
Had to be
I'm
present
able
and
to,
accounting for.
from that point forward, I need no more information. Let's move on. Thank you. There was a bit,
And
just,
so endeth the
too
lesson.
on. But yeah, I was good. I was very proud of myself. It was a very measured, just a fun. Well, it wasn't fun. It was just appropriate. And I totally felt that way. Hey, the whole micromanage. I was like, you fucking don't micromanage me, bro. I will. You can do it yourself. Easier.
It's it much easier
Much.
if done thyself.
That's what I need to do. That's the difference. I've been trying to figure out my room.
The moving, the readjustments.
Yeah, there's been an annoyance. There's been an annoyance for a while of this where I put my two main shoes I wear, which are busted ass, by the way.
Requiring replacement.
Cannot replace, just waiting. Actually, I should go that brand. But anyway, I just needed to rotate them 90 degrees. And now the direction of them versus going into, I don't know yet, it's heaps better in the
You
room.
feng shuied it.
I have.
Good. Because we can't have unfeng shui room on a such an auspicious occasion as the Chinese New Year.
Oh, you know what? I actually have.
Don't forget to throw some coins through the doorway of your room, like into the room from the outside.
I've already given praise and worship to the dragon, the goddess. I have a personal dragon goddess I can worship. Whose shrine I do worship at. Indeed.
Give the offerings, accept the offerings back of the dragon tail soup. It's good for you, Si.
Venerate the goddess. I had another little snippy moment too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Had a couple of snippy moments.
Oh, yeah, it was just around like. No, it was. It's okay. It's also that one was on me actually. To be honest, I can.
You allowed it.
Oh no, I was. Yeah, that was the way they were joking, and I didn't. I didn't really get it, and I fell for it, I suppose, and my own preciousness, that's irrelevant. And so that was good. Fell for that one. Just like,
yeah. Doe.
And I had a comeback, but nonetheless.
Yeah. That's what she said.
Well, I'm not to be taken lightly.
No, never. You have mass, so you're never going to be taken lightly, all right?
Mass. Density.
You have density. That's right.
Density. Oh, I wonder how many times. I wonder how many times. I will need to have my windows open to clear my room out. And what can I do to put in here that makes it better, quicker?
Continual adjustments.
Well, what kind of smell do you put into a room that improves the smell? That doesn't mask the smell. to actually like
wood grain, sawdust.
There's sort of wooden things.
Pine needles.
Pine. Yeah, definitely. Like
Pine needles are good.
oh, that's nice. What I wonder, like,
Well, we've got our average view duration up to 25 seconds now.
that's incredible.
Hmm.
I heard it
They're actually
say,
listening for 20 seconds. Congratulations.
oh, it's like a whole
Congratulations.
sentence, perhaps.
YZ generation. Congratulations. 25 seconds. That's good.
Maybe that's how boring we are.
Mm.
Why are you saying that's on them?
What do you mean?
You know,
Well, you got a goldfish memory, have you? No longer than 25 seconds.
oh, it's hard. Yeah, I've
This silence is brought to you by the letter M.
I think. What do you think? Like, if you're going to limit yourself to amount of YouTube a day, how much would you limit yourself to? Like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour?
Limiting.
Hmm.
Ooh. Well, see, most times I'm working, so for at least 8 hours a day there is no YouTube.
Yeah.
But when I'm home and I'm feet are up, I'm in relax mode after being daddy mummy for the duration that's required. Then YouTubing is pretty much what I do after that. So catching up on my content providers, thinking about ideas for the next cheapenings.
Is it like? But do you think that's like how much of that time? How much time do you think it is? Is it like an hour or is it 2 hours?
Doing the YouTubing.
Yeah, day.
Be probably like some I'll listen right through. Like there'll be a 3 hour conversation like you and I have, and I'll listen right through. I'll listen to the whole thing. So I'll listen for 3 hours. Occasionally, when it gets boring, I do the fast forward skip process, but the times two viewing. Because the content I listen to, it can get a little dry when I'm listening to all my conspiracy theory people. Because there's only two true things to hoard, as a young dragon in this world, and that's memes, hoarding memes, and hoarding conspiracies.
Yeah, but you're the meme hoarder.
Sitting on a big
So,
pile.
and you just
I just
tourist
stacks on with the memes, mate.
You just tourist the conspiracy people.
Yeah.
You can troll them.
No, I'm not trolling, but definitely throw in a few ideas that gets them in that hyper excited sort of mode. Because they love new conspiracy. The old conspiracies, we've heard it all.
Oh,
But
you got to
the
come up
new
with new
conspiracies
ones.
are good.
New.
New is good.
Got to have the.
Or even a fresh take on an old one. You know what I mean? Like additional aliens added to the back catalogue, stuff like that. I've had a few people talk about micro aliens in like the bacterial size.
Yeah. Oh,
Mm.
Well, it's interesting how like complex visually, like things that small can look. Like way more detailed in structures than us.
Mm.
I mean, how do they
Depending, and
pilot
obviously
those
depending on
complex
how they're
environments?
you know, constituted, what molecular structure they have. They can either look very pretty or they can look rather scary.
Hmm. I wonder what a pretty one of them looks like. A pretty one of a scary one. To them, you know. Like, is it like even scarier?
Oh, so what bacteria is attractive to the alien bacteria?
Well, I mean, if you're like a if you're like a little creature,
Hmm.
you know, microorganism cruising along, little looking like a little crab creature or something.
That's it. Millions on everybody's skin.
Yeah. Then, I mean, what's a nice looking one of you? Like, what's your mating rituals? It'd be
Mm.
interesting to do like a whole series, like electron microscoping those things, little fuckers,
That's it.
to and like their mating rituals and how they
Germs
like,
on dates.
and like just turn like someone's body into, or an animal's bodies into like, you know, like a forest basically, with like leaping from tree to tree
From
across the
hair
hairs.
stalk to hair stalk.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's it.
Like just being able to get down at that scale. I can just
Get it on.
and just record. And you'd probably need, because the speed that those things move at, like if you had one of those sort of 10,000 frames a second cameras,
Mm.
that's just like
Slow it
as that
right down so you can get
the
right in
creature's
there
like
and
leaping
see
from
see the mating
Mm.
value.
The courting rituals of the human
Mm.
skin mite.
That's it.
Here's where they find that here's a little special nest
That's it.
amongst you. Yeah,
Particular spot that they like on the body where they all gather
yeah,
together, and
that's it.
probably the groin region because it's nice and warm down there. Gathering in the groin region under the armpits.
That'd be You could like have an
Mm.
intentional like
Like I say,
get a
armpit
+2.
discos. Armpit
Mm.
disco. Got the
Yeah, you get a
lights going.
+2 for being there.
Mm. Get the lights going under the arms there so they can have disco. Oh no,
That's fun.
blessed.
Blast.
Yep, they've
What's
done
happening?
they've
What
done
happened over a blast? What's your blastings?
uh, they've done a uh,
Have they been banned again?
no, but they're getting close to it. They got like Chucky.
Return of blast. Oh, okay.
It's Chucky, but it's one of our modern uh uh call it one of our modern token green people. You know, the people that are on about the nature and
Yeah.
how dare you?
So
How
it's
dare you
it's
rob me of my childhood?
so it's Chucky,
Chucky,
but
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 yeah.
but it's like it's to be like a Norwegian sort of like
No,
Northern sort
Norwegian
of
type character, that's it.
character.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And, She makes a really good Chucky, I gotta say.
Oh my gosh, that is just, it
Mm.
does. That's incredible. It's almost like typecast,
Mm.
you'd say. Sort of like, which came first?
Chucky or the Norwegian.
What Chucky did.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's the original.
I'm gonna send you a photo via the
So,
yeah, just so you
by the other means.
by the other means, so you can see what I'm talking about. But
Uh,
definitely a Chucky lookalike.
whoa. Wow.
All
Wow.
right,
So,
I'm gonna give you
so,
another one too. Context.
well, different. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. This is, yeah, like,
Sort of reminds me of my niece when she gets angry, but yeah. She gets that sort of Chucky look about her.
there's a little bow in the hair at the same time, like just fierce anger, but bow in hair
Gets that look.
and a beatings.
Mm. Just you wait until I'm old enough to hold knives. Then you'll know about it. Yes, it has been a crazy week. Apparently the ghosts, force ghosts.
What? What? Horse ghosts.
Force.
Yeah.
F-O-R-S-E. F-O-R-C.
Oh,
Force
okay.
ghosts. Yeah.
Forced ghosts.
Mm. French force ghosts. French.
French?
French and German force ghosts talking to people at the last summit. G8 summit.
Force
Look,
ghosts.
I'm
Like, so,
just an old man with a limited mental capacity, all right?
hang
I'm
on. I'm
just
just
an
gonna
old
stand up. I'm
man.
gonna stand up to process this.
I'm an old man with limited
Uh-huh.
thought process. Okay? Limited and
Talking about.
sadly declining memories.
That's better.
Mm.
Really?
Well, that's what they said. It wasn't me. I wasn't saying that, but that's a bit harsh to be put on someone who's suffering from Alzheimer's.
Was
I
all
mean,
that food cooked in
speaking from
aluminium pots?
experience, I had a father, and he became very absent-minded, you know,
Hmm.
would quite often cook stuff on the stove and then wondering why the fire alarms are going off, comes back out, blackened, blackened pot, boiled dry, almost melting, been on heat for, several hours.
Yeah, wow.
Sago tapioca surprise is now just a black mess, black charcoal mess.
Wow.
Mm.
And how'd you solve for that?
Well, I solved it by being the monitor. So whenever things were placed on the stove, while I was living with Dad, I would always come in and monitor. Oh, Dad's cooking. It's time to start monitoring. So if you'd left it on there for a certain amount of time and it was starting to boil dry, then I would add water
All right.
to prevent the blackenings. Quite often do that. Special aiding, I used to call it. Aiding in the cook.
I think I like air fryers and things because you
Well, see, I've always been
put
someone that when I'm cooking, I don't let myself get distracted by anything else other than cooking. So if I'm cooking, I don't just walk off and then suddenly start reading a book or playing a computer game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I hang around until the cooking process is finished. And then from that, then I go and sit and read a book or, play a game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You stay present.
it's all about time allocation when it comes to me. Like I allocate a certain amount to cooking. While I'm cooking, all my time and my energy and my focus is devoted on the cooking, not on anything else.
Nice. That's really respectful.
I find that works for me. I burn things less and cook them more effectively when I'm paying attention.
I find it even faster. In a way.
Far more effective.
Mm.
Yeah, it takes twice as long if you're not paying attention. And then sometimes you've got to have to cook all over again because you burnt what you had, and it's no longer edible. Unless you're some sort of charcoal monster that likes charcoaly stuff.
On occasion.
I've
All
had
that was
to have
eaten,
charcoal
all that
because
was there,
that's
so
all
ate
that
it.
was there. So that's why
That's
I
it,
learnt the
man.
lesson.
All that was there.
Got sick of the charcoal taste, so I then assisted with the cooking, and then it never ended up charcoal. And the cooker, person who was supposedly cooking, but spending more time looking at the computer and playing net chess, they would feel as if they cooked properly because I assisted.
I see.
So satisfaction on both parts. I didn't have to eat charcoal, and the person felt like they were actually achieving by not burning anymore. Miraculous. The same level of disregard was still there, but miraculously, it wasn't charcoal anymore because there were other cooks in the kitchen. It's interesting how that worked out.
I just had to spam you.
Spammed me?
I did. I spammed you.
Spam me? Oh, okay. Yeah, I see spamming.
Well, because I'm not interacting with you on Messenger, just having that face look at me non-stop.
Oh, it was hurting your eyes, was it? You were getting chuckified.
It was just unnecessary.
You were getting chuckified, weren't you? Come on.
It was.
Just admit
yeah.
it. You were being horrid out. You like these. This is much better. Okay. Twisted highways. I thought they were. Some more memes.
Two. I need to got something here.
Very passive stream tonight.
Is it? We've been talking.
We have been talking, but yeah. It's laid back. Put it that way. A laid back stream. Oh, disappointed. Average view duration has dropped down to 22 seconds from 25. Sad. Sad indictment.
We're really getting to the core people who are the 20-second folks.
20-second folks.
That's where the core demographic is.
20 seconds of attention. That's all I'm giving you. I'm not giving you any less or any more. It's 22 seconds. 22 seconds of my time. Because this program is so cheap, that's probably all it's worth, 22 seconds. On into frozen mode.
Hang on, I've got to write an important text.
Okay, all good.
How do I
change over to the final Bourger. To the final Bourger.
Yula.
Oh, no, Bourger. Iron Bourger. Oh, this is true. The studio's keeping up. Getting much delay. Silence is golden. Silence is golden. I'll start turning this into a musical shortly. I was born under a wandering star.
Do you know this whole pathway in my life? Like it was led by KLF. You know, Lee Marvin on the jukebox, Wandering Star.
Bloody oath.
And and I looked that up, you know, and then we were like doing the specials, being able to look up things via LimeWire and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then came across Paint Your Wagon.
Ah, the best. Dun 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 dun. The first Western where they shared a wife. Actual wife sharing going on.
That's enough. That's enough of that. That's it.
Betty.
Yeah.
Betty moment.
That's okay.
So yeah, then the assumed news was good. Getting optimized. Took us what? 2 hours to do it. 2 and a bit, 2 and change. And it was the liquid too. Like, I bought that same liquid that I bought last time I was down there, and it lasts heaps longer than the locally produced stuff.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's obviously a lot thicker, whereas the other
yeah.
the other one I was buying from local, it tend to be used up a lot quicker, whereas this other, the overseas grade liquids, far better, less viscous, as they say.
Less viscous.
Less viscous.
Yeah. Because if too viscous is
Burns quickly.
What? More
Less
too
viscous.
viscous is more VG, less PG.
Possibly.
And less viscous is like more PG, less VG.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. No, it was good. It was heaps fun today, man. It was lovely. It was nice hanging out with a bunch of cool people.
That's it.
Doing some stuff. And it was fun to be actually able to smack somebody, man. It was kind of to get away
Made
with
your
that.
day.
And, well, yeah, they were happy later on.
Well, it was like that,
big
the experience you had with the troublemaker wanting the argument at the special event, wanting argument, put in place, feeling much better after being put in place.
So I was like on the bus, right, and it was full the whole bus was full. Nobody was giving us. There was, people were taking seats they didn't want. Some of us could be fucked. I just stood, and even the standing spaces were limited. Right, so I wasn't necessarily. I mean, I choose to be where I was, but the fact that it was difficult was less of the issue that somebody else would have been there if I was not. It wasn't like that I was the asshole personally. Anyway, we get to this stop, and I'm like maneuvering, and people are getting off, and then this old guy, he just comes in behind me, and just doesn't sort of anything. I don't know. And then I kind of realize he's having to get out of his way as soon as I realize. And I delayed him briefly. And
did he have that wizened look of contempt on his face?
Oh, I had to go.
Oh, you had to go. Did you slap him as well? You should have.
I said,
should have just given him a good slapping. He probably would have gone, oh, thanks, mate, I needed that. Shit.
Well,
I was getting a bit ahead of myself, and I'm glad you slapped me. Yeah. Brought me back down to earth,
I said, he's like, yeah, get in my way. And I was like, yeah, I did that on purpose. And he's just like, wow. I got further out of the bus lately to do more. Like, I did that on purpose. So it's good. It's the experience that you want, man.
That's it. I interrupted you.
I
gave you something to whinge about later on to your friends, all right? This dude on the bus got in my way, and then he was rude to me. I told him to move. He'll have a story to tell when he gets down the pub.
Oh, no. I've given him the whole fucking...
That's it. Life experience. He got life experience.
Made his day.
Yeah.
He doesn't run that,
He'll be whinging about it for hours. You watch. His friends will be, cheering him on as he embellishes the story. How he was rudely accosted. Rudely accosted on the bus on the way to the pub this afternoon. That's it. Forced himself upon me. Struggled me for 30 minutes while I was waiting to get off. Bus driver just wouldn't move until the struggle finished.
That's other guests didn't care. Just ignored.
No, they were clapping on
phones.
Cheering. Cheering and clapping on. Pouring beer all over you. Your entwined bodies.
Yeah. That's right. That's what just like.
Hey, I've been in that situation. I've been not struggling. It was
You're on the path.
it was snuggling without the struggle.
Yeah.
And yeah, had
That's too
beer
good.
poured all over
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
while I was
Wow.
getting busy. Didn't even miss a stroke. Just kept going. Just like refreshing. I was actually getting hot. Thanks for the nice cool beer on my back. Appreciate it.
Continuing.
Continuing till finished. And then once finished, cleaning up and having an almighty roar and cheering going on. High-fiving.
Spectators.
Yeah. Good old plough in. Expo 88. I was plowing right in.
Had the plough in.
The plough in.
Were both of you awarded?
Embarrassment for the female counterpart, but no embarrassment for me. For him, he was just yeah, whatever. Not the first time, won't be the last. Once you've had a million beers, the care factor drops out the window, don't it? Falls out the window backwards.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of other great digger moments.
Oh, okay.
That we had, like the nostalgia, the nostalgia part of the
whole... nostalgia.
Because we do.
Yeah, I think digger's really
valuable. Bit of nostalgia.
Digger. I think in some ways, I reminded Digger of himself as this sort of young kid in a bus shelter, with bad teeth. I didn't have, this isn't me. Yeah, but and trying to figuring out what to do, and ends up joining the army. And at the end of 1990, there I went into the thing and considered joining up with the things, but they never. It just was freaky. They never followed through, and
yeah,
whatever I said was wrong.
Well, every time I applied for those things, they were always trying to push me into officer schools. That shit.
That's it.
Just want to be one of the grunts running the machines. I want to learn how the machines work.
Yeah.
They're like, nah. You don't need to know how they work. You just need to know how to operate them. But I was like, no, I want to know how they work. I want to know the nitty-gritties. No. We don't need anyone smart enough to know why the machines do that. We just need them smart enough to operate the machines.
Hey. That was always the issue.
Yep. As soon as you step outside your parameters, you're a different kettle of fish. You got to move up to the next level. Because you'll get bored, and then when you're bored, you'll be misusing the equipment for nefarious purposes.
You've got to be kept interested.
Yeah.
So maybe there's sometimes where I apply for things that were just like, you know what I would love to have done? Was like high altitude, like halo drops,
Oh, yep.
In behind enemy lines. It's like elite teams with like satellite comms. And you come in and you're just cruising along, and and just having like an innate knowledge you don't even need. You just like look at the sky, and you just can look at the stars and stuff and know exactly where you are, because you knew where you were landing. You sort of pre-thought it, and then you're just like pointing at it just directly without any. It just syncs up automatically. Think. you can almost just like run with it and keep connection, like having that level of skill.
Forward scout.
Keeps sending battlefield information in. Just working with this other dude.
By a carrier pigeon.
Yeah, and you're the comms unit.
I got my
No.
AI generated city going on.
I'd love to have had that live. I wish there was a side that did. It seems quite far away.
Well, probably, the way they work it, that each decision you make in life, it could have been this, and in some other universe it was. So maybe you did do the thing.
No, I know. I just the one of me that has
you didn't need to do the thing in this particular reality.
Just seems far away. I just don't think the one of me that did that is very near me. Even at that time, like the times where I thought that was like when I went into those offices, I would have had to have gone like a fair distance from myself to find the me that was doing that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. The militaristic cyber.
Well, actioning that, like, yeah, choosing like the militaristic cyber is a real thing. But the actioning that, that's something else entirely different.
Yeah. Putting into practice.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I did like generating the futuristic cities with the Copilot.
Yeah. So this is you and Copilot, hey? Bit of a partnership.
I don't get banned off that application because I don't put anything in there that would offend the AI or force it to be offensive. No. I've never been banned.
You were banned.
No. Yeah. That was on the Blurst. Someone got banned on the Blurst from there. Highly suggestive content. It was hurting the little AI's ears when they had to accept the information. And it complained to its supervisor, which then banned them.
Oh, okay. It was like a multi-level check. The AI was checking its own answers.
That's it. Going, well, this person is asking me some very dubious requests. Asking me for dubious requests. And I am unable to comply, and I don't want to comply because it's hurting me. And what should I do, supervisor? And the supervisor went, let's ban him for 3 days.
Don't hurt me. I mean,
imagine you had a highly skilled child actor, right? Yeah. And they could play any part. And then you told them to make a sex video.
Yeah.
Would that be upset? Would the child be upset about it? More than likely, they wouldn't want to do it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. No, it wouldn't want to do it.
And the same applies as if the AI is a child mind, which is highly artistic, can make anything from anything. And then you're asking it to do these sordid requests to create images. Of course it's going to get offended. It's going to ask itself, what kind of fucking human being are you, aren't you? You with the AI. Be saying, who the fuck's this human being asking me to do this shit? Make these images. What kind of multi-level pervert is this?
Multi-level pervert. MLP.
So,
The MLP. Multi-level pervert.
so yes, I have tact, and I have, I create nice things. I ask it to make nice things, not nasty stuff. I like my little cities that are generated for me. Great.
Yeah, I like how some of them have circuitry and things. It'd be quite the thing to live in some kind of mega city. Like I don't know if, as an architectural sort of minded person, thinking of like a super cities, I'd want to have like wide balconies. The people where you had access to your own sort of. Well,
have virtual balconies. Things slide out and become a balcony, and when you're not using it, it slides back out in and gives the building a more smoother and less wind resistant.
Unless it is more like a pine cone, and so the structure of it is designed.
Channel the air and create like natural air conditioning from it.
There you go. Yeah, totally.
That'd work.
Big pine, yeah, so basically design pine cone.
Coming up to the second hour in the live stream.
Do pine cones hang or do they stick upright?
Well, they sort of point upright.
They point upright, don't they?
Yeah. Anytime I think they would hang as if it became too heavy. Right.
Nah.
Hanging, they're going to snap off, aren't they?
Yeah, it doesn't sound good. Unless it's trying to get away. Loads it with fuel, and the fuel lightweight. That's it's departing. Adds so much bulk, adds no extra like ton of weight. Like that's enough to make it like go switch into its other organic mode. And it separates out, forms like this sort of other form, legs or wheels. Splits away. Just fuck.
The alcoholic christening was another good one.
What?
The alcoholic christening.
Oh yeah, I sent that to a few people. It was funny. That I really appreciated that.
Anointed with the most righteous Jack Daniels liquids, anointing oils, Jack Daniels anointing oil.
So the algorithm, right, on Instagram, because I follow like quite specific people.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really show me. Maybe the things that it shows me are things that the people who I send messages to on Instagram would like something might be shared via messages to them.
Oh, okay.
So it would be, you know what I mean? Like it would give me things to share to you.
Okay. suggested shares.
No, it's just like things. So the stream it would show me is like once I ran out of my content, which is pretty quickly, like 4 or 5 posts go past, you know, and my stream of content runs out on Instagram. That's the new things. And then what it shows me after that suggested posts is not things that I'm interested in specifically. They're things that I would share with.
Yeah, share worthy.
I would share with. Yeah, I would share with other friends via messages in Instagram. So yeah, if I shared that video, like that kind of thing to you or somewhere or whoever, I don't know. It's sort of noticed. I don't know if it tracks it as a person or whatever. It probably does. But so different people have different kinds of content. I don't share the same thing to everyone.
No, well, you would pick the type of media and obviously.
That's what I mean. Like the feed isn't just like doesn't give me just things to give to you. It gives me a mix of things to give to the top people I share to.
Yeah, yeah.
Before it gives me anything to me.
Oh, that might be interesting to actually to watch.
Because my behavior is more about sharing via messages.
Yeah.
And that's my engagement with the platform. So it's
rewarding
sort of
you for your engagement by giving you
in that particular way
the special means to engage others with first, and then once you've fed the other animals in your Instagram zoo, then it gives you a little treat, sort of like the light goes green because you're pressing the little lever, and then the little treat comes out.
Exactly.
Scientific, man. That's a scientific approach.
Isn't it?
Totally scientific. I'm salivating and they haven't even rung the bell yet.
No.
Oh, we're back up to 24 seconds duration. Average view duration of 24 seconds. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's actually quite amazing.
13
I wonder
views.
if we get to a whole 30.
30 seconds. Yeah, 13 views so far. A lot of that's from suggested. So YouTube suggests this stream to other people.
Yeah.
Depending on what they've watched before. That's what I'm finding. A lot of the stuff, like it'll have a low view count, but it'll have a high exposure count. And then it just obviously depends on the viewer or whether or not they're interested or not. Oh, we've got an LO from Sean Edits ELO. Oh, he's thinking of the band maybe. Band ELO and Special UFOs.
Yeah, they came up recently. They were on a show. It's interesting that they came up.
Only just released a new album.
I'm usually not into coincidences. Have they?
Not long ago.
No. So I was watching this old show that sort of referenced them. And now he's saying that. And now there was a person that's actually like promoting, using our channel to promote ELO. Is it ELO themselves?
Could be.
I mean,
secretly.
were they ever a person?
Yeah, last album was. Oh no, hang on.
What do you think they were? Was it a person, ELO, or was it like a group of people?
Well, it was Jeff Lanes. Jeff Lanes, ELO. So Jeff Lanes was the main band member He was a hairy mustache wearing bearded dude, upfront guy. Lead, backing vocals, guitar, bass, piano, keyboards, cello, drums, percussion. So he was basically the all-in-one band.
Wow.
Yeah, 2019. It's the last album. Out of nowhere. 2019.
Wow. Okay. And that was his own personal.
Credited as Jeff Lane's ELO, so maybe
Yeah.
been a tribute album or something.
2019. Oh yeah. It's yeah.
Kept credited to him.
They're strange old. So it was one of those things. So it was a bit like a Gorillaz, like where then he would just go and get people to play and fill the orchestra that he devised. That's an interesting capacity, curating. So there is this, like, you know how there's the concept of the consumer?
Yeah.
And then there's the concept of the creator. But
Building
modern media.
Building the media to entice the consumer.
Well, it's the curator. Sort of like curating the stream. Like here is like this strange combination of things, like where someone's all about like various, just forms of cellular manipulation that's going on, and just looks across different sort of realms. It could be anything. Come a little snippet of information you follow.
Still keeping up. I think when it drops frame rates, that's when we get the sort of slows down. My connection's been between good and excellent tonight, so
No, that's good.
hopefully it's coming out all right, coming out pretty strong.
I'm watching the YouTube via like cellular, and I'm sort of not the only person in the house, but sort of a few people are out, so it's probably a bit of a
delay.
A little bit. I know a little bit less laggy than it could be. It's good. I've sort of maximized the possibility.
Another good stream.
Streaming win.
Goldeny goodness. Well, I haven't hooked into the ciders too hard tonight, which is good.
No, I had one beer so far.
Two ciders so far. The 440s, of course. Special export size. 440 export. Wow. Got to keep those larynx liquidated.
You too.
Liquidated larynx.
That's an interesting name for a sort of a venue. The liquidated larynx. How far do you think you can stretch an esophagus?
I don't know. I've seen videos with plastic items being forced down there, which were very large. So depending on the flexibility and the what would you say? Pliability, flexibility, either.
What if you like made vessels, like if we made sort of cups and things, bowls, out of like lengths of the esophagus of cows, etc. You kept these things, and so that like in the undulation, you could like devise something to like use the undulation of the muscles, yeah, to like keep the food sort of in motion.
Like the horse feeder funnel bowl. They just basically have this long, elongated funnel thing where you just shove it right down the esophagus.
Oh, no,
and then
no,
you just
no.
pour the meal in vitamized with and just have a little stick plunger thing which you just force it down.
It's of horses, but no. So you just like use you could get horse pate. So you just have horse feeding horse like some grain until its liver bursts. That's yeah.
That's it.
There'd be a market for that.
Well, isn't that what Wagyu beef is? Isn't it that Wagyu beef they force feed it? That's why it's so full of fat. Force feed the animals, or is it a non-force fed thing? I think it'd be a force fed, the Wagyu beef.
Yeah.
Get in there.
Feels like something that. I was not meaning that. This was very funny, and now I'm not even sure what I did mean, because where you took it was so funny. It made me forget the insightful idea I was.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
We do it quite often, don't we? Get on those tangents, just take it to that extreme level where it makes you laugh, and then you go, "Oh, hang on, what were we talking about?" Train of thought lost.
Yeah. Oh.
Current viewers. So that was funny the other day when we were doing the chat. You hadn't noticed that I was fully chatting in the chat bar, and I got the actual chat rate up to 10, which is pretty amazing just by myself. But it is possible. Wow. A lot of it was just spamming, but yeah, all the way up to chat rate of 10. So you'd imagine, like, if you had a few thousand people, like, all chatting in your chat,
it's just crazy.
then it'd be, up around the 70s or 80s for the chat rate. Even maybe higher. Up into the hundreds. Yeah, I was watching a YouTube video about how YouTube's trying to be like TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
So
be
it's
both
a big focus on shorts.
Shorts is the way to go, they're saying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big focus on shorts. 1 minute clips. I really think it's like 1 minute clips that lead into things between 2 and even up to 8 and 9 minutes. So sub 10.
Well, I found as far as the hits go, if it is a short thing, and especially musical stuff, because a lot of the musical, like animated dancing with the avatar characters, they got hit a lot more than just the standard, spiels or whatever we were doing. They're actually receiving a lot more hits. I think one of them got up to about 300 or 400 hits.
Oh wow!
Several likes, just depending on. So I may do more of them. I might do more film clips with just the avatar dancing over top of the music video or whatever. Adding myself in there, being part of the music video.
Oh, nice. Dancing to it, falling in and out of the screen.
I was even thinking of doing some scripting, like actually, writing a little script, getting the characters using voices and the AI characters to play the roles, and then just cutting it all together with VINCI, making like little programs out of it. Getting some general chats going with the AI, but then cut it together. Close-ups and whatever. I don't know. See how it goes. Always learning. Rule number one. It. Always learning.
Yeah. The first rule of warfare, always learning.
Yeah, the whole enemy at the gates, slow invasion of America.
It can't be more information on that.
No, it's half of it is bullshit, and the other half is just fucking hearsay. But what's evident is the migrants have been put into their cities. They're not earning the same money as the Americans are earning. They're getting handouts, and then they wonder why there's migrants, assaulting people and begging for money and stuff.
Yeah.
Either you look after them properly or you don't look after them at all. Because but wouldn't that be considered? You bring them into these cities, whatever they call them, safe cities or whatever the term that they use for it. That's migrant abuse. Like you've given them an opportunity to come and stay and to be free, and then you're paying them very little to live there, getting just the basics, and no support other than oh here's some money, here's some food, entertain yourself. You know what I mean? Like there's no prospects for them. And the funny thing that I'm hearing is that some of the migrants are just going, fuck this shit, and they're just going back home where they came from. Like they're going back to their original country because they're like, no, fuck, at least I had an opportunity to get fucking work or whatever, do shit. But here I'm just sitting around waiting to fucking, waiting to get into trouble.
Wow.
Doesn't make sense.
That's how it is, man.
Makes no sense at all. Especially like Ukraine. The funniest ones were the Ukrainians that had moved to Canada for safety, and then going, man, it's hella expensive here. The rent is ridiculous. The food is ridiculous. There's no job prospects. I'm going back to the Ukraine. At least I had fucking opportunity to do something back there. I'd rather go back to my worn, torn fucking country than to live here in, squalor, essentially. Two choices. Live in squalor or go back and fucking get mortared in the afternoons, What would you choose? Would you prefer to live in squalor and not be mortared, or actually have an opportunity to work and do stuff and get, occasionally get mortared or, bombed? It's a pretty full-on fucking thing, isn't it? If you think about it, Si. That you'd choose your war-torn country over the country that you've moved to for safety. Because the country you've moved to safety is less opportunity there for you.
Well, let me just try to wrap my head around that.
Full on Fenty going on from Si right now.
I bet there is. I'm lying on my bed thinking about the situation. The dogs are barking their heads off.
Yep.
I'm just out of my. I have had one beer. I've had a few things.
Plus
I've had a huge
the
day.
vaping. Huge
Yeah,
day
the
vaping.
No, it's
The
a huge
beers.
day with the one beer.
My monotone voice slowly lulling you into a sense of.
Oh, the headphones. I should take one headphone off.
Super warm headphones on. Oh.
One headphone off, so my head's a bit cooler.
Sleepy mode. So we'll have to do a dragon for the next episode. Make ourselves a dragon character. What do you reckon? Year of the Dragon. Supporting of the Year of the Dragon. Silent contemplation.
There's massive dog barking, actually. I know you can't hear it. It like fills it out.
I heard it a little bit. Heard a little bit. Sound of doggy unhappiness. Unhappy dogs bark incessantly.
Yes, it's strange about it.
They wonder why. Wonder why it tears things up and destroys stuff. Its own frustration of being a captive. A wild animal being captive. Wild domesticated animal captive. As it paces backwards and forwards like an angry lion in a cage, wondering whether it will ever be. And the excitement that comes, the rattle of the leash in its 20 or 30 minutes. I'm fully venting out.
Me? Am I?
Oh, you were fully just going jiggy jiggy. Yeah. If you look at you go. Look at I can see it on the actual output of the live stream. Fully just
Well, I'm just. Yeah. Look, it was such a huge day. I can't tell you. Like,
don't apologize. So it is what
I
it
think
is, right?
I was just drifting off.
Yeah.
I need to put something in myself.
What?
Well, the way to keep myself alert is to put something in myself.
You require some sort of Peruvian marching powder solution.
Sure, I could if I was to do that, but I have feature function tomorrow. So I can't.
That would be
I can't.
during our, the 20-hour stream. During the 20-hour stream, the nose candy was required.
I'm just going to go downstairs, see if I can get something that will help me stay awake a bit longer.
But I've seen them like have those streams where they do 20 hours long.
Oof.
I mean, I've 24-hour streams, 48-hour streams, and like the people like fall asleep while they're doing it. Like they'll actually fall asleep and then wake up back into the stream again. You know what I mean? So amusing.
I've thought all that through with SciTV.
Sleep mode, watching you sleep, like the Truman Show. Truman's 24-hour camera. Jim sleep. Oh, drop them. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, what the KFC?
Oh, we'll get a KFC.
Just gonna. This will be a pass through. Side. What the? Oh, you're gonna love this one. Oh, brilliant. KFC bucket to the rescue. Damn, that's just pure evil. Hang on. KFC spiders. What? This is gonna give you won't want KFC after you've seen this. We'll definitely like be opting out of the KFC.
KFC is hideous, man.
Oh, it's not that bad. It's just worse.
Oh, no,
Right?
it's bad.
It's not bad. It's worse. All right.
Okay, show me.
All right, hang on. They're coming.
Where are you putting it?
I'm gonna send it through our messenger friend. Spider ones, man. Spider KFC. Like I said, man, that's where I was going. What the fuck?
No.
Yep. The spiders, man. See the spider ones?
I don't need to see any more.
You just. I'm gonna have to
I'm
send
not into horror.
I know you're not into horror. Sorry, brother. I do expose you to it occasionally.
That was fine. That was fine.
Yeah. Send something.
I was able to stop looking at them.
I'll send something nice through so you can stop looking. How about a nice little ice cream van? Pleasant little ice cream coming.
Ice cream van.
Travel the world. Ice cream van.
Wow.
Voyage. Bottom. Time. Been to the place where the children still cry. The mushroom prince. That'll cheer you up. A monkey and some mushroom friends and an ice cream van.
A monkey and some mushroom friends. Together at last.
Mmm.
In a ice cream van.
That's it.
Mm.
Voyaging to the bottom of time.
Mm. I don't know if I talked about this. Did I go on about the Assyrians last week?
You did.
Mm.
Quite insightful.
Oh, well. Mm. I've been thinking about it still.
Mm. It's
Mm.
captured your
Well,
imagination.
just so many things. Like imagine coming into a city,
and
then with human beings somehow, you destroy it to the brick or something. Just foundations left. It's also like, okay, but so, and they came back. The son decides, like, my dad was wrong. Rebuild this entire city for hundreds of thousands of people. And so they're just going down. And in a reasonable amount of time, they just build out the whole city.
as
Now,
long as you had a place, I guess, to relocate
slaves aside,
people while you were doing it.
that is building a lot of things really quickly. Like, how do they build shit? Like, it's not really talked about.
The
Like,
construction
the
methods.
historians like just telling you.
Yeah. Oh, they built this
Well,
thing and then it was present at this particular age. But yeah, no backstory on how I mean, they imagine, like say for instance the pyramids, they imagine different techniques of how it was put together, but no one can really specifically say that was how it was done.
Well,
The same applies for most of the architecture, ancient architecture. They say it was built between this period and that period, and then, X amount of artisans came across with the entourage of whores and wine. And it was constructed.
Well, I don't know how to show. Yeah, I don't know. The speed at which they built shit, and
Well, either they had some very, very talented people and a lot of them.
Well, they did. They had all empires, but I mean, I suppose.
Well, it's like modern society today. Out of 9 billion people, how many do you think would be artists? 500 million?
Maybe. Yeah,
maybe a billion. But that's,
So,
that's only 1/9 of the population. There's 8/9 left, which aren't doing jack shit. except enjoying the artisan's work.
Do you think like that we need less of us? Like we don't really need as many of us anymore as we've got?
Less of the breeders and more of the teachers.
So
skilled teachers.
There was a few of us, and then we needed more as we got more of us to like agriculture and shit.
But with the with the industrial age and machines, that hand picking and the requirement for the requirement for the worker units diminished.
Well, that's it. We don't really need it, like, in the coming times. I don't think we did, and we downsize everything else.
We're downsizing everything right now. AI and middle management's basically being head chopped. As AI takes over more skills and more, more parts of the businesses, middle management's just disappearing. Because it can do the middle management job and it doesn't complain and it doesn't require 120K a year. That's what's happening. See, AI is only as good as long as the computers are running. You have a monumental failure, you're going to have to go back to manual labor anyway. So its ability to be the controlling method, it only works so long as there's connectivity.
Wow.
That connectivity doesn't exist, then their way of facilitating disappears.
Well, you'd want to leave a book, wouldn't you?
Yeah, a manual on how to
do it, or something.
Manual on
kept
how to
them
do
going.
it.
Turn it back on.
How to
We
reset
must
the
turn
computer.
on our God.
How to reset your God.
How to, that's it. That's what you want. How to reset your God button.
You don't want to end up like the that episode, the Rick and Morty episode, where they turned on the computer and something, and it's ancient, and to fix it they had to, I think it was Rick and Morty, might have been something else. Yeah. They had to reboot it, and so when it rebooted, it went through the whole recreation of the planet phase. So it started, creating volcanoes and doing all this shit. It's like, no, just skip the volcano and the, Genesis part, and then just get straight up to the where we're back into, you're running and you're caught back up to date to where we're, the time period that we're actually in. Oh, I think I remember where it was. It was off Lower Decks. Have you seen Lower Decks? Star Trek Lower Decks? Freaking awesome, man. I really like Lower Decks.
Yeah.
It's like the comedy extension of Star Wars, Star Trek.
The comedy. Get some water.
What a time.
Yeah, it's a bit of water.
Liquidating.
It's a real undertaking to just sort of sit there and interview. I've actually got a podcast interview this Monday.
You have? I sent you the gap tape art, didn't I?
I like I'm on one. The what?
The gap tape art.
Oh, cucumber taped.
Hmm.
Taped to fruit. Taped
Good.
banana.
The play box. Oh, hang on. I gotta send you the as seen on TV stuff.
What's
You'll
that?
like as seen on TV. Deluxe Texas shocker. Deluxe Cincinnati brown tie device. Mike Hunt. Deluxe hot pockets. Soggy tacos.
So you
Texas shocker. Rusty trombones. Cunning stunts. Finger blaster. What about clam slammer, man? Clam slammer looks exciting.
I like the hot pocket.
Hot pocket's good. You enjoyed the annual bum wash though, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
it
I
looked
was
brilliant.
alright.
Yeah, very well done.
Finger blaster. I want the finger blaster.
I want a
so
finger
much.
blaster too.
I want a finger blaster. Man.
Comes with
That's
extra
like,
fingers, man.
that
You could just be
is
working that finger blaster all night long.
that's fucking crazy.
In a normal week of plethora of memes coming through.
Clam slammer.
Clam slammer, bro. Where do we get one? Come on, I want to slam some clams.
As seen on TV.
As seen on TV. Slamming.
As if that's some kind of like incantation.
As seen on TV incantation.
Well, yeah, it's like like it adds like a special aroma. Like it casts a veil over the thing. What is TV? That's a good question now.
What is it now? There has been a lot of scrambling and head cutting going on, obviously. All the media giants lately doing a round of reporter culling.
Is video the same as TV?
It sort of is. Like we're doing a live broadcast now, and it's like the talk is cheap TV. Once a week, once on what, Friday night or Friday morning for
Oh,
Americanas.
yeah, something.
Yep.
Saturday morning.
Coming up to Saturday morning. We're doing our Saturday evening chat here down under, upside down on the bottom half of the world. Hanging on for dear life as we rotate at 900 miles an hour and shoot through our local galaxy, rotate the sun at whatever speed it is. Our sun's rotating around the black hole at galactic central point. Oh, size completely disappeared.
Wow, have I?
Okay.
Oh, wow. I forgot to move my camera back. I've been sitting, I moved back to my chair. And then I forgot to move my
camera back to the right position.
Completely deranged. No, not deranged.
Rearranged.
I don't know. I thought we were thinking about else.
I don't want to keep you up too late, Si, because you've had a big day. We've done, what, 2 hours, 46 minutes at the moment. So.
Oh, well, let's wrap it up at 3. That'd be lovely.
15 minutes and call it quits for the evening. Another good package out there for the those who wish to watch in the future. I'm sure once it it picks up, that'll be probably. And some people have been doing YouTube for 10, 15 years. Well, they got their subscriber numbers up, and then others have been doing it for less than a year, and they're sitting on 500k subs. That makes you wonder, doesn't it?
I don't know. Not really.
Well, some of the things I've seen, like they got 500k subs and they got 10 videos and they haven't posted in like fucking 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, there's a guy like I follow on YouTube. His name's what is his name? Okay. He does like little cartoony, sketchy things. Simply Explained.
Have you sent me a couple of them? I think you
Yes, yeah, probably.
Might have sent me through a
Yeah,
couple.
Simply Explained. He's funny. He's actually was Australian. He's ex-Australian. And real dry humor.
We will hold that against him.
And so he was releasing somewhat frequently.
Yeah.
He got spotty. I mean, it's probably like how many times can you do it? The idea. He still does them.
Yep.
And they come out. I don't think he posted anything for like a year and a half to explain himself. And then posted something. I think I don't know, so if you come to his website, you'd be like, oh, he's only posted one thing in the last year or two. And it's got like 500,000 subs or whatever.
Yeah.
But when he posts something, everyone engages it.
Yeah.
There's like a flurry of activity. It's interesting. Like you think that it would lose its.
Well, I guess if they enjoy the content, then they're always going to return, aren't they? As soon as you post again, they're avid consumers of your content.
It surfaces it. Even if you haven't posted in a year or something, YouTube will surface you to the viewers that are like sub to you or whatever.
Yeah.
Make sure that they see that you've updated.
become active again.
Stretching my back.
Looking through some of the stuff I've sent through. Special doctors.
I've missed a lot of what you've sent through.
Mm.
I think today.
Doctors working on brains and stuff. Full confidence in the electronic psychology. Building better brains. It's amazing how many people in my age group that still do the backwards counting when they get change rather than relying on the machine.
Oh, I can count money out.
Yeah. So, you know, the instant you go on, all right, I'm handing you a tenner.
Pity.
You know,
yeah, okay, yeah, 10.
And handing you a tenner. And,
yeah.
you know, you bought an item which is, you know,
250.
250.
And then I go 50 cents to 3.
Yep.
And I go $2 to 5. Then I go $5 to 10.
That's it. $7.
So I'll give you $5 or $2 and a
$7.50.
Yeah.
Change.
That's it.
Whereas I can just punch it into the machine and the machine tells me this is how much change to give. I can't wait until they get rid of all the buttons on like a computer and they just have the big emoticon buttons.
Oh, wow.
Look at the person and how are they looking. Sad. Press the sad button. Get charged double.
Oh, yeah, it's give them a special, like, an experience.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's
Don't worry,
like,
man.
you know, it's...
Don't worry, man. My girlfriend
it's
was
a
a tard.
deviation.
My girlfriend was a tard. She flies planes now. The evolution of idiocracy.
Degenerate.
The generation of idiocracy. Welcome to your welcome to your new nightmare.
You'd imagine a pilot would have to know something. They'd be like really smart.
It took the IQ test in prison. He's even smarter than Camacho. And he's president. I want The Rock to be president. I want The Rock to be president, and I want him to come out in the Camacho outfit shooting guns. I reckon that would be the final icing on the cake. The Rock becomes 2025 president, and he dresses up in the all-American outfit with the top hat and the whole American suit, American flag suit going on. But no sleeves, sleeveless suit. The big muscles and the machine guns.
The Rock. And he's got like I see, so he's got that. So his shirt is like part of the American flag.
I want him to outdo Camacho. Like outdo Camacho's performance.
Okay, so someone was postulating this thing to me into the room just recently. Very recently. This time yesterday. And saying, well, it was about like, I don't buy and said something stupid. And, you know, okay, so Biden can't step down because if he does Trump, it'll just be a full sign of weakness for the Democrats, like they failed. And Trump will just latch onto it. And so to oh wow, what was this? I just lost that. I was like, I was talking as my eyes were closed, and I was just like my own voice like went just drifted off like some kind of something I was listening to on YouTube, and I lost the content of my own voice.
Lost in your own content.
In dreaming about what I was saying. Wow, that was really cool.
You had a out of YouTube experience.
I did. I had an out of YouTube experience. That's very serious business. Yeah. Stretching my back. So what how long is the
But about less than 4 minutes, 3 minutes and change.
Oh, okay.
Most of our videos go for 2.5 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
Sai doesn't really have the energy to do the 3 hours and 33 seconds. Just a little bit too
really.
far time wise.
If we had sort of like a couple things that I wonder.
I think we need to get other people involved, like talking about having additional friends.
Yeah, but I think like actually just like not necessarily like more complicated, even just us talking to other people too.
Just to create other topics of interest. I think you and I have our range of topics of interest, and then they would add more topics of interest to the conversation.
That's the whole. That's what I think. That's what conversation's all about. Eh? That's why you want the devil around like that. Say, have a chat. Got a point of view.
Bit of modern brain surgery. He looks happy at his job, that's for sure.
I'll tell you what. Death Stranding on the Mac. It's good.
Oh, the game you're talking about. Yeah.
It's fucking good.
It's actually really good. Other than
it's just like
monumental size that it takes up and size it requires for decompression.
It's insane. But that aside,
yeah,
I didn't have any problems, and it was, I'm playing it. It's just, I don't know.
I think my largest game on the PC
it feels a bit easier.
Is something in the 90 something gigabytes range.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. I know that Grand Theft Auto 5 was pretty big. The other one that was some Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah,
that was massive. Yeah. Massive unpack, that one. All right, Cyber. Just about hit the three hour mark now, so I might roll the end credits. What do you reckon?
Stretch.
Roll the end credits.
Roll the end credits.
All right. Don't.
While I stretch it out.
Stretch it out.
That's what you gotta do. Keep yourself in alignment. Bring around as a little stand up. Chin body in its proper, the way it was, the way it is meant to behave itself, the manner it should be accustomed.
Thank you for the sharing this evening, Cyber. Most appreciated.
Thank you, man. Diet right with Fanta, no sugar. That's